Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to day 782 on my journey to 2000, where I play a game of chess every day, put it on YouTube for folks to watch, track my progress on chess.com. Currently rated 1371, and yeah, over the past weekend, I know a lot of folks reached out wishing me Happy Father's Day in direct messages, and I just want to say thank you to everybody. I'm very blessed to have a very lovely little family here, and also I've been blessed to have a good father role model in my life. So we had a good day at my parents' house. I got a nice little screen with a little portable movie projector thing, so we can do like a little family movie night out in the backyard. And I got my dad a little gift certificate to go fishing. We've been back and forth trying to get some time to schedule a fishing trip, and it's one of those things where with work and kids' schedules and everything, it's just hard to schedule a trip like that. But I decided for Father's Day I'd make it a priority, and so we're gonna get that on the calendar and actually do the fishing trip. So we're all excited about that, and yeah. Hope you're having a good day. Let's see who I'm playing. Yes. Alarm on. Alarm on, rated 1546 out of Catalonia. We'll do the closed Sicilian Grand Prix. I think I'm going to take this. If I don't take it, they push. Like I say, I usually come down with my knight here and over. I guess that's still okay. Let's pin this knight. And then in this Grand Prix Sicilian, I do know getting rid of this bishop's not really going to do much, I think. So taking here is fine, then castling, getting the open file eventually is going to be the way to do it. But I also think would it make sense to push this pawn here? Take, and then they'd have two attackers on it, have two defenders. I think castling first is probably the way to go. Then focus on developing either here or here. Here just adds another defender to the pawn, and it adds to the pawn chain. Yep, so they do come back. Now here or here. Here attacks this piece. And then sets up. But a knight on the rim is grim, so let's listen to that old proverb and go knight e2 here. Okay, so we need to develop and defend, so pawn d3 adds the defender here. And then let's make some space for my queen to get out. queenside. Alright, so now this knight move looks appealing to try and threaten the bishop. Push it back at the very least. And then I get a little bit of a tempo to... This would be a nice outpost too if the knight doesn't move. And this will allow my queen to come out. Let's see. That's the next move, because then they do that. So maybe queen here, so then when this happens, I can push T, oh no. On second thought, this kind of prevents me from pushing this pawn, which would have been nice to get my bishop out, but let's just get the bishop out. Let's make a move. Let's make a developing move that isn't a blunder, and I think if bishop here, then I can come here. Let's defend that pawn. I think this is a better outpost because there's no pawns that can kick it, and it frees up these pawns to move. And if you're new to the channel, I tend to try and rationalize every move I make, even if it's a blunder. So just because I'm drawing these arrows does not mean I know what I'm talking about. Here, okay, here. And then here, but then if they push, that's okay, because it opens up this. I do have a bad habit of pinning my own pieces, so I'm trying to watch out for that. How are we doing on time? We got 5.5 minutes. Alright, this is still protecting this pawn. Ooh. But look at this skewer. That could be nice. Push this pawn. If they take skewer, the only way to defend it is here, and I can take and still have the skewer. If they push, then this opens up here. Or here, for when my queen is here. Yeah, my queen would be protected. I think, oh, dang it. Okay, so this move attacks and defends. But it's the same kind of position as before, where it blocks these from moving. And it's easily kicked after this. Dig. Okay, so I gotta defend here. How would I do that? I could push. I could get rook up. Let's do that. Rook up here. Gotta watch out for sacrifices. This, and then this. I think everything's defended. Yeah, everything is defended right now. On their side, we got a piece hanging here and here. So the skewer still is possible, but after takes here, it's not. Oh, let's see here. Here, they can easily move it. But let's see, what if queen to g3, then push, having a discovered attack. Well, then if they sacrifice attacking the queen, I can take without fear of this because of the knight. Alright, so that might be a... But how easy... Okay. Queen goes back? Why? They're worried about this? But now that is a fork. So here... Okay, let's carry on with this. Here and then here. Yeah, that's... Do I bring... I don't know, they would have to defend here, and then I could take, getting rid of the bishop. Let's do this. And then here, and then I could pin. And then potentially get up here. If I reinforce, take, then I'd have it. Okay. Ooh, the fork. The fork. I would probably resign in this position, but they do not. I'm going to keep pressure on that queen. prevent things from advancing. I want to keep these pawns isolated. I guess this is now the move. Yeah, this, and if takes, everything's still defended except for this pawn. But I've got options at that point. Or is this the better move? To really jam this, prevent this from moving anywhere. Queen and bishop will be stuck, really. So I'm okay with this pawn push. Here, if here, I could even go as far as attacking again. And if here I attack again, yeah, I think this is good so far. And then rook up, I can take. Actually, I can take now because of the queen. Yeah. Okay. Now, I think I'm just going to focus on not blundering. I got to do the blunder check. So I think I'm going to take here. They could, go here to pin. So maybe adding another one. Well, then I could just come up here and double up. So let's go ahead and do this. Bring my push this pawn. Everything else is pretty solid, I think. I think we're good for a pawn push. Two minutes left. Yeah, that's okay. I actually might get my rook and my knight into the game here. Little outpost there to protect this square. Retreat bishops down so this square is protected, and then just they're gonna try and break it up over there. Takes. Yeah, actually, I don't know if I like that. I've got time troubles. How do I have time troubles? All right. Let's go here. Let's offer the queen trade. 23 seconds left. I gotta move quick. Dang it. I know I have a lead here, but I'd hate to be in a position where I blunder. Yeah, and this is where the blunders start to happen. Dig. Oh, the queen. Shoot. Oh. Yeah, and now the lead is gone. But I got the passed pawn. Jeez. Can't believe this. It's probably better for them to trade off the pieces, so jeez. Yeah, I'm just running out of time. They found a lot of really good moves there at the end. So frustrating. So frustrating. Queen trade, then they get this pawn. Ugh! I think I spent too much time trying to blunder check. I take that pawn, I go here, they move the knight, and they protect this pawn. Yeah, this is... I guess I gotta get the king into the action now. Although they can start picking off these pieces pretty easily. This knight move would have done it. So now they have the extra pawn that they're going to bank on, and I don't really have a plan. Take the knight. I'll check and then I'll try and find some kind of way to break that open down there. Yeah, I don't. That's a check. Yeah, never mind. I'm done. Yeah, they could have just mated me there. Good game. Thank you for the game, alarm on. Boy, I felt so good in that game. Chuck Stars, long time no see. How are you? Oh boy. Let's see. I'm great, Patrick. I got to 2011. Awesome. That's so awesome. Chucksters was early on this journey. He was in the Discord when I was active in the Discord, and I met a lot of really nice people in the Discord, and I had, in this journey, I had every ambition of like engaging with folks and taking everyone's comments and learning from everybody, but it just became a little overwhelming with trying to keep up with it all. And I'm the type of personality that I do feel bad if I like don't reply to people or don't engage as much as they want. And so I found that I've just had to kind of cut it off altogether until I do have the cycles to really be a full-time chess YouTuber, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. 75 accuracy here. I did have 1 blunder and 3 mistakes. My opponent had 0 blunders, 1 miss, and 1 mistake. I feel like I played well in the opening, all the way through the middle game. I played super duper well until my 1 blunder. So let's go through it here. Close Sicilian played it pretty well. That pawn push, the better move for this was to go here. And the reason why let's see, why is it better? Because I think d3 is my next logical move. It's better because, all right, let's say they make a move and I go d3. That's what I would have done. I'm attacking this pawn, which is a backward pawn. And I think that's good. They might have done a developing move. Like this or knight f6. And then the engine's saying b3. So b3, I think, allows for this, but let's see if they go a6. This bishop's still defending this. And so is the idea to have the knight there so that when like they castle here, I get a bishop out and I take and they take, then I can take here? Oh, the knight comes back. Interesting. All right, so this move here is only temporary because after this, or, whatever move they do, I go d3. Maybe they bring their knight over here. I go b3, and I can get my knight tucked back in there. And this is the better outpost. which I did find that outpost later in the game. So best move for the outpost there. Yeah, and this is when oh, here's a mistake. Taking was not the best move. Pushing the A-pawn was. Okay. I think that just gave them the open file, I think. Yeah. With the rook on the B file, this just gives them the open file all the way to here. Good move, best move, good move, best move with the fork. I felt so good here. I felt so good. I had a 3.9 advantage. And then I was like, I even said, okay, I'm going to take time to not blunder. And then the time started ticking. And I actually ended up blundering here. And it took me a moment to realize, oh crap, my time's running out. I actually need to move. And I ended up blundering. So I figured if I had the lead, why not go for the queen trade? But they found this awesome move, queen a6, discovered attack on the queen, skewer of the rook, and if I had to do it again, obviously that wouldn't be it. I was also worried about this open file happening soon. So they had this coming. Yeah, and this is where the time just runs out. I see these threats. So like I'm going back to my coaching session with Dennis. Like I'm taking into account all of the information along the way. So I see these threats. I don't have any plans of my own at this point, but in my head I'm thinking, okay, that's not the worst situation to be in because I'm winning. All I have to do is just not mess it up. And I did even see this move to pin this pawn earlier. Maybe taking was the best move. Because then if this, I could jump in here to block. And then, well, then they'd recapture with the bishop and they'd have this diagonal. This is an interesting one. Let's see what the best move is here. Oops. Oh. Alright, let's see what the best move is here. Is to block that, but isn't that easily kicked? It is, but then it gets rid of this exchange here. So I just go back to a safe square, and the threat is gone. Is that a safe square though? Ooh, there's this, but then take. I guess it gets rid of the battery. This is still there. And if they had gone here and then take here, I wouldn't have taken. Well, maybe I would have. This is a decent position too. Yeah, it just came down to that one move where I thought, okay, maybe it's good to trade off queens, and I could have also moved my rook down. Rook b1. Could have moved my rook down here to defend this square from the mate. Okay. Yeah, well, they find the best move here, and then from there it's yeah, I'm just trying to trade off the pieces because they're up 2 pawns. And I don't really get an opportunity to come back here. Get my king to the center. They've got two pawns over there. Yeah, they maintain the advantage throughout the entire endgame. And they've got the time advantage to assist with this, so yeah, they deserve this one. Good game to my opponent, Alarm On. Until next time.